So we are back again with another video, and today we are going to be talking about Ben White and how we can potentially line up with Ben White at Arsenal. Now, as of time of recording, a lot of people have confirmed that Ben White is on the verge of joining for Arsenal from Brighton for an outstanding record fee for Arsenal for a defender, £50 million we are going to fork out for Ben White from Brighton. Now, again, I'm very skeptical about Ben White, as you may know. And I really do think that this could possibly go either of two ways. He could become the next Rob Holding, or he could go on to be the top centre-back that he has the potential to become, because a lot of people do rate Ben White, and I think he probably has the attributes to get to that top level. And I want to talk about how we could potentially line up with him, because he is quite a versatile player. He can play in a centre-back role, he can play in a right-back role, he can play in a DM role, possibly next to Thomas Partey, but we all discussed that. And I do think maybe this is the versatility that we are paying the big money for. Now, it'll be interesting to see whether we do play him as a right-back, or do we play him as a centre-back? This is something that I'm not too sure about yet, or a lot of people are not sure about yet, but it would be very interesting to see what happens in that situation. Is he going to play right back or centre back? Because we do need a right back as well, and he could be the one, or William Saliba could be forced out and he could be the next right-sided centre-back at our club. So interesting to see what would happen in this scenario. But Ben White is going to be joining Arsenal for £50 million. The deal is very close, and we're going to look at how we could potentially line up with him. So let's get straight into it. So, as what he is playing as a position for Brighton at the moment is centre-back. Now, for this video, I'm going to use just a generic lineup with signings that haven't been done yet, because I'm not going to sit here and predict signings. I can do that in another video if you like. But I'm just going to go with the players that we already do have. And, you can always swap players out for different ones. But I'm going to look at a centre-back for Ben White. Now, he could be lining up against Gabriel, as I've mentioned here. Or he could be, partnering up against Pablo Mari. Either way, I think they could form a pretty decent partnership. Now, again, it's a bit skeptical, because do I think William Saliba could do a good job, or maybe even a better job? I probably think so. But look, Ben White is a Premier League proven defender. He's done that for Brighton. And will there be any doubts? Yes, of course, because when you have such leadership gone with the likes of David Luiz, then you're going to have to try and replace that. And it will be very difficult, but I do think he does have the attributes, Ben White, to succeed. Is it worth £50 million? Well, leave your thoughts in the comment section down below about that one, because I'm not too sure. But it's a very interesting prospect to consider, because I think with Ben White, it's more about, can we get the best out of him, and can Arteta get the best out of him? Because Potter managed to do that, Bielsa managed to do that, but they're both tactically better managers than Mikel Arteta. So it'd be very interesting to see how that one will work out. But that is it for the centre-back role. The next position we're going to look at is right back. Now, look, this is a bit of a strange one, because he hasn't really played a lot at right back. But we do know that Arsenal do need a right back and are in the market for a right back. And Fabrizio Romano has said that a lot. But whether Ben White is going to be our right back remains to be seen. And whether he will be given a chance at that spot remains to be seen. But I'm just suggesting how we can possibly line up, because he can play in that position. Now, yes, it is going to be very interesting to see how that would work, how Mikel Arteta would try and coach him into that role, because obviously he's not, that isn't his main position. His main position is centre-back. In the system, obviously, I think it would probably be maybe Gabriel Holding, Gabriel Saliba, someone like that. It would probably be along them lines. I'm going to stick with Gabriel Holding, because we don't know the future of William Saliba, where he's going to go, where he's not going to go. But I think Ben White's job would probably be, defensively you'd be more astute, but going forward, like bombing up and down them wings, is he exactly going to be the best option? I don't know. But this is how we could possibly line up, and we're going to have that English link up on the right hand side with obviously Bukayo Saka. Would it work? I think there's a possibility, but I think he needs brilliant coaching for him to be a top player at the right back spot. And do I trust Arteta and his coaches to do that? Probably not. So that's a position I'm a bit skeptical on. But yeah, Ben White is, he could play right back, and that's a potential lineup we could go with. The last position we're going to look at is in midfield. Now, I think this is probably a very interesting situation we could look at, and quite a funny situation, because imagine if we spent £50 million to Brighton and it wasn't Basuma, who is ideally the perfect partner next to Thomas Partey, and we get Ben White to play next to Thomas Partey, it would be very confusing in my opinion. Some are saying he could be a midfielder, as in like a centre mid. I think he's more of a DM, as in a defensive midfielder. But again, that remains to be seen how Mikel Arteta would want to use him in that position if he were to ever play in that position. But he can play there, so I'm discussing it. Now, David Luiz actually used to play. You could play DM as well, so maybe you could connect some attributes within that and say that he has a good long ball, he has good passing range with him, and that's something Arteta does like within his players. He does like good passing and that sort of thing. So I wouldn't be surprised if you did get a chance in that position next to Partey, but I think we need a better player, a more proven, more experienced player in that position. So personally, I don't think we need Ben White to be in that position, but he can play there, and that's why I'm talking about it. And it could be a potential lineup for us next season with Gabriel holding behind and maybe Chambers at right back, whoever else we sign. So that is in the midfield. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you have enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe. See you guys in the next one. Bye bye.